Well, this may be our fastest. This may be the shortest episode ever. The creation of accidentally derivative.
Yeah, it could be. It could be.
Maybe it'll have to be. Unless you want to do a part 2.
Oh,
part
hey,
2.
man. Yeah,
Bonus
two-parter.
material.
As long as we end on a cliffhanger.
Yes. Not in terms of hanging off the cliff.
And the killer is...
JR. Who killed JR?
Who did kill JR? I mean, I know it was supposedly Sue Ellen, but...
It was a dream sequence, wasn't it?
Was it a dream?
Oh, spoiler alert.
That was
Spoiler.
Bobby, I thought.
Oh.
I don't remember very much because I was like, 8 at the time?
I did watch. I don't know. Why did I watch? Why was I allowed to watch that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you look back at it and it's like, wow.
And
that's
Dynasty?
Really?
Dynasty?
In the 80s?
Yeah. What was Joanne Crawford? Was that it? Joanne Crawford? Joan Crawford. Joan Crawford,
yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
She's still alive?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Let's play that game. Is she still alive?
Is she still... Alexa, is Joan Crawford still alive?
Joan Crawford died on May 10th, 1977 in New York.
Pregnant pause.
Died in 77.
No.
We were way off.
Oh, it's not Joan Crawford. It's not Joan Crawford.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
Who am I thinking of? Oh, wait, Joan Crawford was the no wire hangers ever lady.
She was
no
dearest.
wire hangers
Yeah,
ever. So
that's
wait,
right.
who is
That's
that?
right.
Oh
No,
my
Joan
God.
Collins. Joan Collins.
Joan Collins. I can't believe you got that wrong.
Alexa, is Joan Collins still alive? Joan Collins is still alive. Born in 33, apparently. So he's doing
Born on the mountaintop in 33.
Kill JR in the... I don't know. It wasn't her, but I mean...
Yeah, it wasn't a race. That was a different... Did they operate in the same universe? Were they in the same...
I think that was established that they are. In the,
How? How was it established?
Or that one and some other
at some
one.
Point?
I don't know if it was
a traffic
Dynasty.
jam in Dallas?
Maybe it was...
Falcon Crest and Dynasty were related, I think. Weren't they?
And I think that Knots
No.
Landing
The Colbys.
takes place.
The
Colbys was a spin-off of one of
Dynasty.
Them. Yeah.
The fact that that just came to my mind, like, you know how much I struggle to come up with things sometimes?
Oh, yeah.
The fact that I
did
could just
good on that
rattle
one.
off the Colbys?
Man, that was impressive. I have to admit.
What's more impressive is knowing that I think the guy... No, that's a different guy. Never mind. I think the guy... Wasn't the guy who was on the Love Boat who took Julie's place as the cruise director? I think he was on the Colbys. And he bears a striking resemblance to the guy who later played the love interest of Jennifer Aniston as Rachel on Friends.
Well, I don't remember his name.
Yeah, it was the guy who was her
Tom Selleck?
boss.
No,
It was her boss at one point, I think.
It was, what's her name?
It was her boss.
Back
when we could talk about that sort of thing.
You
don't remember now? Yeah. Anyway,
it's weird. I somehow am able to bring out a lot more knowledge about the
Colbys.
I don't know. That
Dynasty
should,
and
yeah, like that should have a name. That those 80s prime time hour-long, almost melodramas.
I think they were all. Yeah, they do. I think they're all like Spelling Enterprises productions.
Yeah, I think they were. What's his Aaron Spelling? Yeah,
Aaron Spelling, not Tori Spelling.
Well, that's his daughter, right?
Daughter. Yeah.
But I want to say that Knots Landing in Dallas took place in the same universe, the Dallas Cinematic Universe, and like you said, Falcon Crest and Dynasty.
Certainly, there must be like a chart of some sort. Somebody must have.
I'm sure there is.
Created
there
like
has to be
a mind map of 80s.
Well,
can you imagine if it also went through time? So it was so it's multidimensional. So it's not just a 2-dimensional map. It's also like a 3-dimensional. So you have, would that be 4-dimensional? 3-dimensional. Anyway, because it has to move through time.
There's a grand unifying theory of how all of them take place in the same universe as St. Elsewhere. And it's we know that this character was watching this TV show at this time, and then there's this whole thing. You'd have to look it up, but it's apparently the St. Elsewhere extended universe and encompasses more or less all of the shows.
Trying to remember how'd the theme to St. Elsewhere go? Is that the one that went? Dun, 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 dun? No, that wasn't that one. St. Elsewhere went. Which is the one that went?
No, that's a different show.
Greatest American Hero. What are you talking about? Oh my gosh!
What was the show that ended with sha-la-la-la?
That's that's Family Ties.
Is that Family Ties? Okay, and then then it was Different Strokes that
you can move the world. Yeah. And then of course there's
have little things at the end.
You take the good, you take the bad.
You take
them both, and then you have.
What do you got? You got the facts of life. That's what you got.
Yeah. It all
facts of life are all about you.
Goes back to Tootie.
And Joe from the Jank.
And I had, what song I had stuck in my head for the best? It's finally gone. I don't know if I should say it. It's Carlos Silva's fault, by the way, because he sent a message. I don't know what this was related to, but he said the man who wrote songs. What's the song? He wrote songs for Air Supply.
Okay.
But that wasn't the song that was in question. It was some other song. But anyway,
he said, easy to get in your head too.
He was like, well, this guy died. And then he said, and he wrote these songs, like this song for Meatloaf and this song for Air Supply. And the one he cited as for Air Supply was Making Love Out of Nothing at All.
Probably my favorite Air Supply song.
Well, was apparently their last hit.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
And it was produced in a way that all the other songs were not. They were produced differently. In fact, there's two.
It did seem different.
There's two artists on there, in the studio band, who are from Bruce Springsteen's E Street Band.
Really?
Yeah, the drummer, I think, and one guitarist, maybe. I don't remember their names.
Steven Van Zandt, one of them?
No, it was not. I would have recognized that. Yeah. Forget about it. But it was interesting. It was because it was just a different, because they used to have an orchestral.
Yeah, it was a really big production.
But this was actually more synthesizers and stuff. Anyway, it took me 36 hours to get that out of my head, that song. I had to listen to it in my driveway this morning. I took Henry to school. I said, I'm just doing this now. I queued it up. And I listened to it in my driveway, as I also read about the background. I figured if I just fully immersed myself.
Right, that would purge it.
Making love out of nothing at all. Then I did look around to make sure my neighbors weren't around. So as I'm playing this.
So you could rock out. Without being self-conscious.
Yeah.
So did it work? I mean, did...
I'm hoping.
You kind of you don't want to jostle it.
The rest of the day, but now I'm worried. It's
and us talking
situation.
about it is probably rather perilous. It's about to get us started again.
Stop. Because all the other songs too are they could easily get in your head.
So this guy's probably pretty good then. About
Holding Out for a Hero and
oh wow, cool.
What's the other one? The other Bonnie Taylor song.
You're not talking
that
about
one. Yes. Yep, that one. The one you're thinking of.
Around.
That's the one. Okay, stop. No more. Don't do it. For the sake of everyone listening, don't say another word. Because that song, if that
it's
gets
a
in your head,
celestial event to the coronary.
It is worse than having any Small World or anything like that in your head. It is because it's emotionally.
I was thinking how similar that song was to Making Love Out of Nothing at All, because they both have that kind of climax where in the one it's ba da da, and then that happens over and over, and then Making Love Out of Nothing at All, making love.
No, it's not that. It's not. I mean, yeah, there's that part, but there's
they both have
the build
those.
up. There's the build up in that song. It's a
yeah.
beautiful build up. It's like, whoa, where's this going? And then he's like, he keeps going. It's like,
and then it's like the finale happens, and it's all this really sort of percussive kind of stuff. It's really, really. I guess it makes sense now to know that the same guy wrote those songs.
I know, and the lyrics are interesting too, but I don't quite understand them. And I think that's part of my problem is that I try to understand them.
Yeah.
Like what did the lyricist mean? What do you mean?
Yeah, it's kind of hard with
the
Air Supply one.
And I think sometimes they're just putting some words together. They had a cool tune, and they're just putting some words together.
It could be. That's. Are you familiar with the Def Leppard song "Pour Some Sugar on Me"?
I'm familiar with the song.
The lyrics to that song. Now, legend has it. Now, this may be apocryphal, but it's certainly apocryphal. But the legend has it. One of them was the guitarist guy, the one with the long hair. He was playing with this song, and he had the music, and he got I keep wanting to say Joe Elliott, which is the lead singer guy. He had him try to come up with just like a vocal line for this, and he just started saying goofy words and singing to this song, with the idea that they were going to change the lyrics into something that was a bit more meaningful later. And they just never did that. And they just used his goofy, like, sort of random, bizarre words.
That's awesome.
For the actual song.
I think one of my favorites is The Hook by Blues Travelers. Like, not just because of that cool, like, fast part. Like, suck it in, suck it in, suck it in. If you're in Tintin or Berlin, make this move, move, or else you'll win. And then begin to see what you're doing. Me, this MTV is not for free. It's so PC is killing me. So desperately I sing to the love. Oh, sure, but also hate. You don't know that song? You know the song, right?
I probably do if I listen to it, yeah.
It's all about, like, just making a song to make some money.
Oh, yeah.
It's great.
Which Blues Traveler was good at doing.
The hook brings you back. It's great.
Well,
I love that. I love that song.
Yeah.
But
that always makes me, the really fast lyrics thing always makes me think of 1 Week by Bare Naked Ladies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. So, did I ever talk about the English teacher I had in college, the English lit teacher?
Not in college, I don't think. I know that you got shamed by a teacher in high school over something. I can't remember now what it was.
Yeah, there's so many times. It's hard to really pinpoint.
Which time was the traumatic experience I had in high school?
This was a guy in college. It was, I just had to fulfill a requisite. And we were reading this. I don't even remember the book. And he just liked to talk about stuff. Like mostly not the book that you were reading, just like he just held court, essentially. Mm-hmm. But this day we were actually talking about the book, and he's asking people what they thought about what did the author mean about this or blah 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 blah. And I raised my hand, and I said, I don't know what possessed me at the time, but I said, do you think that sometimes they just want us to read the book? They're just telling a story. There's no ulterior motive to this.
The proverbial cigar is just a cigar.
And I
don't think they like that.
He lit into me. I feel like I've talked to you about this before, but this is kind of that's how I feel like with songs sometimes, especially after watching the Bee Gees documentary, which I don't know if you watched it yet, but it's amazing.
I have not.
You need to do it.
But I do want to. You've mentioned it
on HBO, and there's so much effort I think put into the sounds. I feel maybe, and I don't really know enough about music history or whatever. But it seems to me that I always thought that it's typically you came up with lyrics, you came up with this poem, you came up with this story, right, and then you brought that to the table and hey, let's come up with some music to match to come up with this.
Right.
But the more I learn about other bands, the more I'm beginning to think it's actually that's less common. That more typically you have this sound. They have this sound
right, yeah.
There's this something, and then they put some So they put some words to it.
Bring some words that'll fit into that. Yeah.
But I really don't know what I'm talking about.
But that's,
I'm way out of my depth here.
Elton John, though, what was his lyricist's name? I never remember his name.
Oh, yeah. Right.
For ages. I mean, they didn't work together for a little while. But
yeah.
But he apparently came up with the lyrics first, and Elton, because I'm on a first name basis with him,
would come right.
Would put
that's like Elvis.
The E-Dog, yeah.
Right.
He would E sharp, we call him, but he would kind of read them and hear the music that should go with them and play them out. And I think, like you said, and just if you think about it, that's got to be like the hard way to do it.
Right.
It's sort of like animation, right? You record the voice performance first, and then you animate to fit the voice performance.
Okay.
But a lot of Japanese anime is done backwards. They'll animate it first.
You can sort of tell.
Well, yeah, that's why it has that sort of look to it. And then like, I mean, even if they dub it into English, it's going to look like that no matter what you do.
Yeah, that's true.
But like, even with the Japanese, the actors are having to sort of fit the thing, and that's why it's even stilted in Japanese. It's a little stilted, and there's a lot of like, and stuff like that, because they will animate the character's mouth just kind of being open and sort of agape at something that's happening, and so they'll put a verbalization behind it, just because, well, there it is. I got to do something there.
Was Speed Racer considered anime?
I would think so. Yeah,
would have been, right? Yeah, that was my favorite. Yeah. I love Speed Racer.
Spritle and Chim Chim.
Yes.
Racer
There's a lot of like, in that. Yeah, a lot of that. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of that.
How'd that go? Like, go, Speed Racer, go. How was the...
Let's see.
How'd it go?
Oh, crap. I can't think of it.
Now I got to watch it. When's the last time you saw Speed Racer? Too long.
But there's whole lyrics to it.
Yeah.
Mach 5. Mach 5 is the only thing I know is in that thing. But and that's making me think of Mach 5 by the Presidents of the United States of America, and that's not helping at all, because that's not remotely the song.
No. Well, there you go. We have that. That's great.
So the
that's
music
episode. To everyone.
So the Beatles, apparently they're a thing.
Did you see that movie yesterday? I don't mean did you see the movie yesterday. Did you see the movie yesterday?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know.
You need to watch it. I liked it. No, do it. It's fun.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, you'll feel good at the end. I promise.
Well, that's good.
I promise.
Feeling good at the end of a movie is good.
Yeah, you'll feel good. There's some nice surprising scenes in that movie that are, it's worth watching.
Cool.
Plus, it's the Beatles songs. It's great.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they paid a lot for licensing that catalog.
Probably so, yeah. I have been meaning to check out that jukebox musical that's based on the Beatles stuff. Isn't there a jukebox? I know there's a Cirque du Soleil that's got.
That's great. I saw that.
Is that a good one?
I saw that live in Vegas.
I was in Vegas.
Oh my God.
Good
so
stuff.
Good. That was a long time ago. I was a wee little lad. It was 2000. 2009? I think it was 2009 when I saw it. It's called Love.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
Okay.
Great. All you need. I don't know if it's still playing or not. I don't know if they're still doing
Those tend to play a while, though, yeah.
I know, but then COVID.
True. I'm hoping this one over here gets their stuff going pretty soon. Have we heard anything on that?
The Cirque people?
Yeah, over at
No, I haven't
Disney
talked
Springs.
to my Cirque contacts recently.
No.
You
talked to
kind of being Cirques. No, I haven't talked to Francois. He and I are kind of on the outs.
The flying monkey.
It's ever since the incident.
That's not a baguette. Ooh la la.
I'm not gonna go any further with that. So I was in Animal Kingdom today.
Yes, I saw that.
Without a mask.
No masks.
It was my first day in a Disney park in more than a year.
Did you feel like your fly was down?
I always feel like my fly is down.
Well,
I don't know about you. Do you ever do you have that problem?
Just a constant paranoia about.
It is, especially after you.
And how do I check without looking like I'm playing with?
There's an art to it. You know that.
Yeah, usually.
There's also that moment. There's also that moment. God, I feel like any women who are listening, which is probably like one, are going to think.
And are only listening because of guilt.
Really? Is this really
involved with one of us?
Well, like when you're exiting a bathroom, a public bathroom, there's that moment. You have that one moment to just like a final check of everything, clothing, everything. Yeah.
Quick shake
before you make the turn.
Yes.
Because once you make the turn,
at that point,
once you make the turn, like you don't know who's going to run it. You got that. So anyway, even after that final check, and you're like, okay, there's still that moment where you're like 10, 15 feet, 20 feet, 25 feet into the rest of the world, and you're like, did I completely bonehead this time? That's how screwed up. That's how messed up boys are. I mean, boys who become men. Because like it's tragic what happens to boys is like when you emerge in any situation with your fly down. Yeah. It is you talk about social shame.
It may not even be that the person that has pointed it out to you, like magnanimously, is doing anything to make you feel that way. You just feel that way. Mm-hmm. Like you're like, I have exposed myself to the world, and everybody is both laughing at me and hates me. Now. Mm-hmm. And gosh,
because you already feel that way anyway.
Yeah, pretty much all the time.
Without any real legitimate reasons, and this is a legitimate reason. So
suddenly, all of your suspicions and fears have been confirmed.
This also happens to I mean, I'm sure we all have the dream where you're in school and you're missing some article of clothing, right? Okay, so
we're all of it.
This actually happened to me. It's happened to me multiple times, not frequently, but like embarrassingly. Like enough times where I emerge from my house to go for a walk, like my morning walk, and I get about halfway down the block, and I have to make sure that I'm wearing the right. Like, am I wearing shorts? Or did I?
Perhaps you're just in your underwear.
That's what I want.
No, this isn't in a dream. This is real life.
This is real life. It's Memorex. So because on occasion I will end up not change. I'll forget to change my shirt.
Okay. Yeah.
So I end up a quarter of the way into I'm like exercising and I got the wrong shirt. I'm like I got the wrong shirt.
Yeah.
Right. So I got all sweaty. Oh. But that's fine compared to the feeling of like,
if you're walking around in your underwear, that's probably worthy of aborting your
first check
your
is for pockets. If they ever make boxers with pockets, I'm in trouble.
Pocket boxers. No, that's a great idea, actually. I'm starting to wonder about that one now. Have that URL still available?
Pocketboxers.com.
Because imagine like that. Yeah, holy crap!
Oh, it'd be bad.
That would be fantastic. It's like imagine the 20-somethings in their dating life. How that will come in handy with pockets in your boxers for those people. That'd be fantastic. It's perfect. Wow. Keep the old party favors in there.
Why? No, it's too warm. What are we talking about? Why are we talking about this? I don't know what kind of party favors you're talking about. Oh, remember that line? We always want.
Yeah, I like to watch it as it flies right by.
I think we discovered it or rediscovered it.
I was kind of looking at it, head on, and so it looked more like a dot.
Also, I don't know if this is happening in your neighborhood, but the squirrels around my house are having a little party.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
it's the lizards over here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, like this morning I came outside. This is before I was taking Henry to school and before the whole making love out of nothing at all moment in my driveway. The song, people. The song.
Pocket boxers.
Pocketboxers.com. I don't know why it has to end. I don't know why it has to end like different strokes, but it will. Now I got the whole jingle in my head, like it's the because you're something doesn't move to the beat of just anyway.
That's different strokes for you. That's different strokes.
Oh, okay. So
pocket boxers.
I come out of the house and there's like a convention of squirrels in the street. There's like,
is there a speaker and everything?
They were like standing around talking to each other, like 4 squirrels in the street. And then we come outside, and there's another one up in the tree. I can hear it talking, like, and then he comes down and joins them, like 5 squirrels now. And I mentioned it to Henry. I was like, "What's going on?" It's like the whole little convention going on. And then they kind of skedaddle, but not far. They just kind of go off to the side, like, "Oh, we gotta get out of the way. This car's coming. Car."
Right, you're playing right.
Car.
Humans. Hold on.
Car.
Let's go over here.
Yeah, like we're playing. What's that game we used to play in the street? The ball hit off the curb. It's a curb ball, probably curb ball. I don't know. And then as I'm driving away, I see them reconvene.
They went back, yeah.
And so I'm like, what could possibly be? What do squirrels go after in the street? I don't understand what they're doing in the middle of the street. So on the way back, sure enough, they're like, no, they're not in the middle of the street anymore. They're kind of like off to the side.
Yeah, the party is.
But they're all still there. Again, and there's another one. There's like another one, like again, like up in the tree. Another one over in the. I think so. There's like at least 7 now. I'm like, what is happening? Wow. What's happening? And when I came back after lunch break today, there were still several squirrels all around. Like, what? I don't know what.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Well, there's
really
a lot of conventions that happen in this town, man.
It's really weird.
Squirrel
they just
convention.
decided, like, all the squirrels, and they're very vocal. Maybe it's a mating thing.
You do like workshops on,
maybe they heard me playing. No, that would have been after the fact.
Pocket boxers.
Pocket.com. I mean, it is a good idea. I mean, like,
it's really a good idea.
It is. It's.
And that could be our commercial.
I mean, Michelle has yoga pants that have like a pocket on the side, like a phone.
We don't have that kind of thing. We can wear them, but
like a phone pocket.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I've seen some like running tight kind of pants for guys that have like waterproof pockets, which I think is great because I sweat like a farm animal. But it's the boxers or the boxer briefs or something like that. That's something pockety needs to happen.
Oh, I don't think I don't think briefs with pockets are going to be a thing.
Well, I mean, I can't just jam my phone in my underwear. I don't know what kind of thing you're thinking about, but that's just not going to cut it with me.
I feel like if you're finding yourself in a situation where you're wearing nothing but briefs,
but you
need to put your phone somewhere.
It's my wallet.
It's time to do some soul searching. Like, what are you doing? Like, I know you live alone, but get dressed. Like, put some pants on.
You're just in your briefs and you got your keys and stuff in there. What? These are rather unexpected bulges in your boxer briefs, buddy.
The poor pizza people. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm going to just throw this entire recording away.
Yeah, might as well not.
I don't even know where to go.
We're off this week.
So I was in the I had to mask off in Animal Kingdom.
Yes.
And the thing I noticed more like it was weird also because like there was no temperature checking happening.
Okay, yeah.
So that felt weird. that was the first weird thing. I was like, wait, actually, no, the second weird thing. The first weird thing was I didn't put my mask on to walk from the car to the sidewalk. I walked like 75 feet without my mask on. So that was a big deal. And then I did feel like a little naked. Then I put my mask on and then I proceed like, okay, to temperature check, but the temperature check's not there. I'm like, what?
Right.
It's like the rapture happened. Like, what happened to all the people?
We're just winging it now.
They're just gone. And I kind of feel bad. Like, did they lose their jobs? Like, where do they all go?
No, Advent Health signed a very big contract with Disney, so I think they're all fine.
I don't know. Like, I mean, who do those people work for, do you think? Do you think they work for
Advent Health? Yeah.
Right. So where did they go?
Well, I don't know that. No,
That's
somewhere,
what I'm saying. Like,
I don't think
know.
they got let go. I mean, temperature checkers.
Where did they come from then?
Surely they do other things than that.
Then what were they doing before? I want to know. Now, so if somebody's listening who happens to be a temperature checker or knows a temperature checker, please put them in contact with us because I'm dying to know.
So yeah, what
was their life before
what did you find
temperature checking?
Yeah. How did you find that yourself falling into the career of checking temperatures?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's like Soul. It's like Soul in the beginning when you have to find your purpose.
Right.
And then
somebody stumbles across
a little thermometer lights up
thermometer.
in the center, and then you jump. You go. We're not spoiling anything. You learn about that in the very beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
That's an
too.
excellent movie, and you need to watch it.
It's a fun movie. I need to rewatch that.
It's good. It's good stuff. Because Pixar, good God.
I know. Thank goodness they wait to do the animation after.
Right. Oh.
Yeah. So, but when I walk into the park, so you have to wear the mask when you go through security and through the I don't know, what do you call it now? It's not the tap in,
yeah, I guess.
I mean the near field in, I don't know. And then you can take it off.
So you have to wear it up to that point.
Yeah, you have to wear it through and the entry, and then and then
that's strange.
And I guess that makes sure that
because there's if there's a line, I guess.
Well, ensures that you know. I think that's the way of making sure you have a mask.
I guess that's because you still have to have it for rides and being inside and all of that stuff too. So yeah, that does kind of make sense. Actually.
So I'm walking through Oasis without the mask, and the thing that strikes me is that I can smell food. Probably from Rainforest Cafe, I could smell food, and I was like,
not neoprene.
I was like, oh my gosh, and I can smell sunblock. It's like I just suddenly got this sense back. It was so weird. I'm like smelling. Like people are spraying sunblock. And usually I'm annoyed by that. Like spraying their family down.
No, it's nostalgic.
I'm like, humans.
Yeah, that's not gonna last.
I know. It's Florida.
Tomorrow, you're like, oh God, will you stop?
And then I walk into the store, right? Because they changed the exit thing so you can go in where it used to be like only enter.
Right.
So I now can go through there. So I walk into the store, and what do you think happens? I'm immediately stopped by a cast member who says, mask. I forgot to put my mask back on. Like that fast. I went from being like this very disciplined, always wearing a mask person to this maskless pain in the butt. Like
just this loose cannon of maskless behavior.
I was like, oh, I can't believe I just did that. I'm the problem. Now I'm the problem.
Great. Yeah.
Thank you.
That guy.
I mean, I am vaccinated.
This dude tried to go in there with no mask on.
I am fully vaccinated, so there's that. But still.
Yeah.
It also occurred to me that I'm like, and I don't want to jinx myself, but now that we're not wearing masks, we're all going to start getting sick again. And I don't mean from COVID. I mean like
from all the other stuff
did anyone else but me notice that like pretty much everyone was healthy. Like it was a terrible year.
Down too. Yeah.
Terrible year to be in the like the cold, like the business of like if you have symptoms of a cold or whatever. Because
we stayed the hell away from each other.
we stayed away from each other. We washed our hands constantly. You know, if we touched anything, we didn't and couldn't touch our faces because of the mask. And we're not breathing on each other. You coughed. You didn't cough on somebody else. They didn't cough on you. Like,
it's almost like that stuff's unhealthy.
I mean, if anybody was doubting whether like these techniques were preventing COVID spread, just ask yourself, how sick do you usually get? Like, how frequently do you get sick? And how sick did you get? Assuming you were compliant,
Right.
But even if you were surrounded by people who were compliant, like
you certainly got a benefit from it.
How many times did you get sick this year? Like,
yeah, I got nothing this year.
Not
a thing.
So I think we've cracked
I think I even
this
stubbed
nut.
my toe this year.
I think we've cracked this nut. And for all of you, including myself, who basically rolled your eyes every time you saw somebody from an Asian country, Pacific Asian country.
That's what I was going to bring up.
With a mask on, traveling, and
you
you're like,
get
really?
it now, don't you?
I feel like I know a great big apology because they knew exactly what they were doing.
Yeah.
They knew exactly what they were doing.
And I remember when I went to Japan in, what was it, 18, I guess, that we were looking at how much they wore masks over there, or wear masks over there, and how it was so much a big part of the culture that you could get designer masks and kind of crazy things on the masks. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. They wear them so much. They have, they express themselves with crazy masks.
Yeah.
That's how weird is that, right? Well, and now over here,
not so weird.
I have a mask that looks like Spaceship Earth.
I know. And I was in, what day was it? It was before they made the announcement of like going mask. Because did that happen over the weekend?
Yeah, and it went into effect immediately, which I was not.
As soon as the CDC made their announcement, then Universal made their announcement, and then Disney made their announcement. It was like boom, 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 and of course everybody around here where we live is like, what? We haven't been wearing masks forever.
Because we went to Disney Springs on Saturday, and we were like, is that now though? I mean, is it just announced? Like, it's weird. Usually it's like in a month we're going to do this, or like, next week or something. It's never like, hey, this policy is changing, and it's changed. Well, it's changed already.
Yep,
actually.
That's right. Why are you still wearing? About 10%. I would say about 10% of the people were still wearing masks.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, I felt a little guilty every time I saw somebody with a mask on. I felt like I needed to apologize. I wanted to have can I get a tattoo, maybe like a little tear or something that shows that I've been vaccinated. Like something like I'm.
I don't know that the tear is what you want.
No, probably not. I'm okay. Is that taken?
I tell you what I want. Well, anyway, I tell you what I wanted to do is to wear my vaccination card around my neck and show it to everybody, like in Wayne's World.
Yeah, can I like something like. I know that we don't there's people who are very much against like the vaccine passport things and I get it. I
don't know that I get it.
I disagree, but I get it. No, I mean from an intellectual. I mean I get it. It's a freedom thing and I understand. Yeah, I mean I get it. I can argue the point. I don't agree with it, but I could argue the point. But it would certainly be helpful from a social stigma standpoint, like to be able to proudly, like, I know you can get T-shirts to say it and stuff, but like, I want something more official. Like,
yeah, I mean, anybody can buy one of those T-shirts,
right?
Yeah.
It's like
I want to do the thing. I want to get the credit.
Like, if you have a real, this is probably okay. And I'm not trying to make light of anybody who has a service animal who really is in need of having a service animal.
Yes.
At all.
That's not the problem.
By making this equivalency. What I'm saying is, in a very small way, I kind of understand now what it must feel like to be somebody who has a legitimate service dog.
Yes.
Who knows that they're being like judged by people looking at them like, is that really a service? Does they really need a service dog?
Right,
do you think that person really? I don't think they need a service dog. Why is that? Right? Like that. Because here I am walking without the mask, and I see people with masks on, and I'm like, no, but you don't understand. Like, I'm vaccinated.
Yes, it's not. I'm not being the guy. I'm not being that guy.
Right, I'm not shedding any virus.
I have the thing.
Not that thing. I got the good thing.
The thing that you don't get the thing.
Right.
That's the thing that I have. The anti-thing thing. That's the thing I have.
Right. It just like maybe make my eyes like glow or something. I don't know. Maybe they can work that into the
like
next
a Fremen. They're all blue.
You wear special glasses, you see the aura. Like, oh, vaccination aura. Everything looks like the 70s.
You're to not shed virus and chew bubble gum.
Yeah. So
they live reference.
So that happened, and it was interesting. And I got to tell you, by the time I was only there for an hour by the time I was finished walking around. And I stayed outside with that one exception of when I walked into the store in flagrant violation of the rules. It felt kind of normal by the end of it.
Yeah. So that's what I was wondering, is how quickly is that not going to feel weird?
Pretty quick.
Walking around. Yeah.
Pretty quick. Yeah, pretty quick.
That's good, though,
It is, although now I can see what people are thinking. I feel like I can read minds now because I can see the rest of their face.
Suddenly you're a lot more tuned into their expressions.
He's in a bad mood. A lot of people are in bad moods. Like, why are so many people I can see their face. Now I understand. They've been in bad moods.
Well, that's
because if you walk around assuming that everybody's smiling under their mask, it's lovely.
That's true. You can sort of lull yourself into a false sense of optimism.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
He's smiling behind there, even though he's like, "Arr." But you can't see it, so it's Schrodinger's smile at that point.
Not to be confused with Schroeder, or
right.
Yeah.
Who is a pianist.
All right.
Vince Guaraldi. Good stuff.
Yeah. Vince Guaraldi trio, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Great group.
Well, technically it's Schroeder, but.
What?
It's Schroeder.
Technically it's Schroeder? Okay.
Vince Guaraldi. I see him. Schroeder. He's right there.
Okay. Yeah, he's like, that's the worst posture in the world of like the like, dude, that's not gonna feel good when you're 60.
That guy, that's not gonna feel good when you're 20.
I was like, why do I walk like this, Mom? Because I told you to stand, sit up straight, kid.
Because I didn't put legs on your piano.
And they're all parentless. Makes no sense.
When you think too hard about comic or cartoons from back in the day. You start thinking, wow, that was promoting a very bizarre lifestyle. Yeah. Like watching Charlie Brown, none of them are as bad as Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. Because the fact that they're all by themselves on Thanksgiving and are having to try to cook a meal. And Snoopy ends up cooking the meal. And they eat on a ping pong table.
Dog.
And while I love that, some people do the thing where they also serve the Thanksgiving meal from Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, where it's popcorn and pretzel sticks and jelly beans and I can't remember what else.
Do people do that?
Yeah, not for the whole meal, but they're like, they'll have like for appetizers or whatever, they have the thing or sitting around food before the meal or something. I think that's great. I think that's awesome. But it's really, really sad. And what's even sadder is the fact that like Charlie Brown and Sally and Snoopy, I don't think, no, Snoopy stays home. They're supposed to go later to their grandmother's house. Like, I don't know how they have a grandmother because they don't have a mother, but they're supposed to go to the grandmother's house and eat real Thanksgiving. They're trying to have one with their friends before they leave. But like Peppermint Patty and Marcy, they're like, oh, this is bye. Like that's all they had. And so Charlie Brown invites them along with them, which is great. That's nice and generous, but what a sad life.
I know.
I guess is this a thing like from that episode of Star Trek where like once you went past puberty, you got the disease and you died, and it's like just kids now? It's like a weird post-apocalyptic thing where all adults have died and the kids are still...
Well, I think there are a couple of scenes where you hear like wah, wah, like the mom speaking like that, right?
Well, I know that Miss Othmar, the teacher, their teacher exists, but I'm not entirely sure she's human because
good point. That's a good point.
That's not words coming out of that mouth. I think we've stumbled onto something here that it's a bizarre... It's a
little disturbing.
A bizarre post-apocalyptic
I swear to you, if I have a dream tonight, if Charlie Brown is wearing pocket boxers...
Pocket boxers?
Yeah, I'm calling you in the middle of the night.
Pocketboxers.com.
There
you
go. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. I woke up... I woke up the other night.
I
woke up the other night. It was I don't know if it counts as night or morning. It was 4:44 in the morning.
4:44.
4:44. And I woke up yelling.
Wow. What were you yelling?
Henry.
You're yelling Henry.
I was yelling. I know exactly what was happening in my dream. It was like years ago, and we were at a different house that we used to live in, and he was like, and he and Alex was like tormenting him about something on Xbox or whatever, and then Henry was like getting ready to play with his friends. He has his headphones on and stuff, and you can tell how old this is because he had an Xbox controller that had a cord on it.
Cord controller.
And he's like twirling it because he does this all the time with stuff, and he's like twirling it. From the cord, so the controller's like whipping around. I'm like, stop doing that.
Okay.
Stop doing that. And he just kept doing. I was like, Henry, stop. It's like, don't do that. And he looks, and he just can't see me. He's like, I'm still doing it. And then I yell like, Henry. Well, it not only woke me up, it woke Michelle up, woke the dogs up, I yelled it, and I don't do that. Like I don't talk in my sleep. It was really weird. It was really weird. And I yelled it so loud, my throat hurt. Like, that happened when you've yelled. You don't yell. You don't know what this feels like. But for those of us who yell occasionally, like, there's that period of time for like an hour or two where your throat's like, oh, my throat still hurts. I really yelled.
Yeah. I do that when I scream sing a lot in the car.
Okay, you and Jerry Maguire? Yes, I understand.
Yeah, well, me and Bon Jovi, but so was Henry there? Did he hear it?
No, he was asleep. He was asleep.
Well, so was everybody else. I don't know.
I know, but he was on the other side of the house. He's like,
oh, okay, I don't know.
Up there. Remember, he's at the front with people. We're scaring all the delivery people when he's playing Xbox with his friends.
Oh, right.
Scaring the Jesus out of them. It was weird. And the night before that, it was either the night before that or the night after, I woke up again at 4:44.
Whoa. Okay.
This time not screaming.
You eating something weird or?
Melatonin?
Do you do the melatonin?
Oh yeah, I do the melatonin. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I have to do the melatonin.
Oh really?
Yeah. Yeah. I take 10 milligrams of melatonin. 10 milligrams of melatonin, which I think to a lot of people would probably put them in a coma. For me, it's perfect. It just makes me tired enough to sleep. Mm-hmm. And I don't like to lay in bed and like think about stuff. Like, what do I got to do tomorrow? What happened today? Oh, why did I say that? Oh, what do you think she thinks about this? No, I just like
time in 7th grade. When I said that
God,
thing.
pocket boxers.
The wolf.
Like I just gotta I just like to go to sleep, so it helps that with that. And then I guess it lasts like 6 hours and 44 minutes or something. I don't know. Like I wake up. Yeah, it's weird.
You think something in you knows it's 4:44 now, and it's like.
I definitely think there's something.
Last 2 nights we were up at this time, so I better get up again.
I definitely think there's something to that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
Because I've had like my alarm, forget to set my alarm before, and I'll wake up and I'll be like, oh, my alarm! I didn't like. And I go like look at my watch, or I look at my phone, and it's like either the exact minute I'm supposed to wake up or like 1 minute before.
Right. Yeah.
I mean that happens a lot.
I don't need to set my alarm. I am paranoid that the one time I don't set it is going to be the time that I sleep until 10. But I get up every day, Saturday, Sunday, whatever, within 10 minutes of 6 o'clock in the morning.
I mean, I would love to be able to just do that, and apparently I maybe could, but I don't want to risk it.
Well, right. I still have my alarm set because, like I said, the one time I don't set it is going to be the one time that. Yeah. It's like me not setting it will make my subconscious go, oh, I guess it doesn't matter when we wake up now. and it's good because I'm convinced that my subconscious is another sentient being.
Well, I mean. It's just like the other side. It's like
right. I mean, I think it was Asimov.
Maybe he refers to you as the subconscious.
Yeah, it could be. Could very well be. He thinks he's in charge all the time. Well, maybe like when I'm asleep. Oh God, we're getting into some Tyler Durden stuff.
Maybe
here,
you're actually awake.
Right. But
that's the case. That's messed up.
That you actually are going to sleep at 4:44.
I mean, like, but if like when I go to sleep, if that is the reality,
yeah.
that dude's messed up.
You probably, and see, you being his subconscious, you're working on the problem of that, and you're realizing and now you're trying to hint at him to go see somebody and get this fixed.
Pocket boxers.
Dude, I gotta
get on that.
Idea.
What are you doing? Stop just laying around. Get out there and do some stitching or something. Or what would you do? What is that? We're not quilting. Maybe
tailoring. I don't know.
I don't know.
Well tailored boxers.
No, knitting. Would you knit? No, you wouldn't knit that.
Sweater boxers. That's the next iteration. Say, Bob, like your boxers, is that cable knit?
Yeah, there's no need. No, never mind.
It's got a Norwegian flair. Just like the fishermen of old. Sweaterboxer.com.
It comes with oyster crackers.
Hello.